This is the Carty Method Podcast.
Hey, welcome to Portfolio Lab. It is me, Steve Carty. I am a professional photographer. I've been doing this for 35. I'm freaking old. You know, I kind of wish it was only 33 years that I've been doing this, because then I would be 53. But I'm about to be 55. My birthday's in 2 days, on Thursday, in fact. I've been doing this photography game for 35 years. And today's a Tuesday. Tuesdays I do Portfolio Lab. Portfolio Lab is when I look at images that you're considering for your portfolio. And it's super important to have your work reviewed by a pro. It's so necessary. But let me give you some news. On Thursday, I give a pro level assignment. This Thursday, we are not looking at pro level assignments because it is my birthday, but I am doing a special birthday stream with y'all. But what we are doing is I am moving our pro level assignments from 1 week, you have a week to do them, to you have 2 weeks to do them. And going forward, you're going to have 2 weeks to do these assignments. So, just so you know, I gave this assignment last week. For week 29, we are looking at Converse ads. I asked you to make an ad for Converse, super excited about it. This is a Converse lead image campaign. I'm asking for you to make it horizontal. Converse needs a lead image. This is the brief. Converse needs a lead image that embodies creativity, rebellion, and authentic self-expression. So I want you to capture the daring spirit of youth and celebrate personal expression through movement and style. Yo, Shad, let's go becoming a channel member. Appreciate you. Let me give you some virtual smoke, because we do virtual smoke in the summer because I have my AC on so I can be comfortable up in this hizzy. So the idea for week 29, which is next Thursday, is to create a Converse lead image. I want it to be horizontal, showcase people wearing Converse. Think rebellious spirit, think musicians, artists, skaters, anyone who embodies Converse creative freedom. I want you to keep it natural and unposed, with the sneakers feeling like a natural part of their style. If you shoot places, find environments that reflect Converse's cultural heritage, creative spaces, urban landscapes. The setting should feel lived in and authentic and support Converse's brand message of creativity and rebellion. And figure out a way to put a pair of Converse in a place. And if you shoot things, style Converse sneakers as a tool of self-expression alongside some creative elements, art supplies, musical instruments, skateboard, personal items. Hey, Robert, welcome. Thanks for subscribing. Show the shoes as a part of a creative lifestyle, not just fashion accessories. And again, I'm asking for a horizontal double page image. This is why this matters. Converse represents the creativity and authenticity over pure athletics. This Converse assignment teaches you to photograph lifestyle and culture rather than just products, which is essential for editorial, lifestyle, and brand photography. You're going to learn how to capture authentic moments that resonate with audiences who value individuality and creative expression. So shooting this Converse ad is super important. Again, due next week, Wednesday at midnight. We're going to look at them on Thursday. Very excited about today's episode today, because we have some images that people are considering for their portfolios, as we do on Thursday. And also, if you stay to the end of this episode today, I'm going to give you what your assignment will be 2 weeks from now. 3 weeks from now, actually. So let's get into it. Are you excited? I'm excited. Let's start with our first photographer. He says, this is Dalton. My nephew did a mini session when I was visiting my mama. This is Mr. Michael Steinmetz. Mike, this is a vibe. This definitely has something for me. My picture here is going to be very big. It is going to be very big. I don't know what's going on with that Yeah, there you go. That's very interesting that keeps happening. All right, Mike. So you're definitely on a vibe here. I like the composition. What I want you to focus on is squaring up the shoulders. I know you're new to portrait photography and getting into portrait photography. I want you to think, rather than this and his head turning to camera, I want you to think of this and him projecting forward. His chest, his core, his heart is projecting to camera rather than projecting away. Keep in mind the Viper sunglasses, although cool, like he's not on a mountain bike with a mountain bike helmet or on a bicycle with a cycling helmet. Like, those glasses are contextual, or it's like a style thing. For me, I would have really liked to have had eye contact in this image. Eye contact makes such a huge difference when it comes to portraiture. So for me, I do see that you're shooting the Pit Viper, but again, I really want to encourage eye contact before product placement when it comes to this portrait. But again, very strong work. Very strong work. It works as an 8x10 as well. Let me show you what this looks like as an 8x10. Frames up well as an 8x10. Good exposure, Mike. Good focus and good light. I just want you to think about giving me a version of this picture without the sunglasses. Also, the placement of the tree, or the tree that you chose, it'd be great if we didn't have this white down here, if this was all tree texture. Is there a way for you to back him up to the tree closer, or move that way in such a way that you can then crop the tree here and have full this as the background? So that's the things that I'm thinking about. A very, very good swing. This is Mr. I'm going to give you an 11 for that one. That's Mike Steinmetz. Well done, Mike. Michael Steinmetz. All right. Something's bothering me. I have to fix it. We are going to quickly switch to here. Sorry, music's going to stop for a second. We're going to quickly go to here. We're going to go to here. We're going to go to here. There we go. We're going to go back to here. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I'm not sure why that keeps flipping over. Who's next on the docket? This is Natalie Bennett. Natalie says, after completing photo sessions during the weekend, I was able to capture this image. EOS R6 Mark II with an RF 135. ISO 100, 3.2 at 1,000th of a second, shot natural light. This is Natalie Bennett. Natalie, thanks for submitting. There's something here, Natalie. There's something here. Exposure is the first thing that I want you to notice. This is a black girl. I want you to see my skin tone here as normal exposure. And then I want you to notice her skin tone and notice that she's overexposed. She's over, and I'm going to call this over by a half to 2/3 of a stop. Look at her skin here. Look at my skin tone. And this isn't about complexion. This is about exposure. So I know you're aiming into the sun because I see white sky here, which means your sun is back that way. And I know it's also an overcast day, but we need to nail exposure. The exposure, like in this case, this is a nice neutral. I mean, it's 50%-ish that you can balance. But for me, the exposure here is over. Composition wise, Natalie, it's a nice frame. Again, I would like to have your subject projecting their like chest to camera. This girl is covering it and then also kind of twisting away and arm up. Like, I'm not sure she needs to be holding that sunflower above. Like, I think the body language is a little odd. I need something in her face. She has to be giving you something in the mouth and in the face. And for me, this is just a little bit neutral. Better on like your post-production, but again, exposure comes from how you shot it, and I feel like this was shot under, and because this was shot under, we're kind of missing the shot over. My mistake. Shot over exposed. Because this was shot over, we're missing it just a little bit. But again, it's a good swing for you, Natalie. I can't give you an 11 because you didn't nail the exposure. But this is close. This is a close attempt, and I'm going to call it a good swing. Thanks for submitting. That is Natalie Bennett. Thanks for submitting, Natalie. This is Lyncia Taylor. So, shot with the Nikon 610, D610, 50mm 1.8, ISO 100, 6.3 to 60th of a second using natural light. This is Lyncia Taylor. Lyncia, this is a really good capture. There's a couple of things wrong with this. The first thing is, why is it a square? Like, why is it a square? Photos are either vertical or horizontal, and this is neither. So this is what I call a free crop, meaning you shot it horizontally and then you just cropped it however you wanted to. That stuff has to stop because there's industry standards that you need to lock into. The only time you would show a square is looking at an Instagram grid. And even those are vertical now, So for you, Lyncia, you can't crop square. You need to choose. Either this is a horizontal picture or it's a vertical picture. And if it's a horizontal picture, I feel like I said this last week, if it's a horizontal picture, you can't drop your subject matter dead center, which is exactly what you did. And then now you can see there's nonsense over here that you're catching. And there's also nonsense over here that's not relevant to the photo that you're catching. So you then just cut it out. But not exactly square, kind of like 6:5 proportion. So this kind of stuff is not acceptable when it comes to professional work. This picture is a vertical picture, and you include the archway because the most important thing is him. And then here, the stairs down and what's happening outside. So you use height and use scale, and then it becomes a magazine cover. Now, the light and how you got this light and what's going on in the background are all super amazing effects, but how centered he is and how centered you are, like meaning, look at how your floor is leaning. Oops. Look at how your floor is leaning this way. So your lines aren't straight, which means you're not looking at the right things when you're shooting. Like this line, it looks straight, but is it? I feel like this line here feels like it's a little that way. I don't have a grid to line it up against, but how centered he is this way. In here, this is all very tricky with the railing, and then there's not a railing on that side, and then this railing. Like, I think you have something here and there's an idea here, but you need to spend more time working through the composition. You can't just hold your camera horizontal, click, and say, I got it. So this is where the lines for me, yes, thank you, Courtney. This is where the lines start to get crooked, is when you look at it down here. Oops, that's a bad line. When you look at it down here and see these lines and how it really starts to lean that way, like this. Like those are like, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So again, it's like how your camera is held this way, how high up, and like, there's so many different things that you have to be thinking about when you're making this kind of photography. And again, I'm still trying to understand what type of a photographer you are. Are you just shooting grads? Is that what you do? I've seen like a couple of weeks of that. Again, I'm trying to elevate you, Lincia. This is a good swing, but I need you to commit to horizontal or vertical and knowing when to shoot each. This one for me is off. I hope that helps you. That's Lincia Taylor. I appreciate the light, Lincia, and the light quality. I really just need you to now lock in the composition. For me, even on this shot, look at if you punched in and didn't stress about the arches at all and just focused on him with that background. Like there's many different ways to compose. I hope that helps you. All right, that is Lincia Taylor. Next photographer on the list is William Sedgwick. A7C, 85mm 1.8, ISO 80 f8, 200th of a second, with one single strobe. This is William Sedgwick. William, this is a very, very good swing. It's a very, very good swing, but there's a couple of like, you need a reflector in front here, pushing in some detail on here. I know you're trying to do a silhouette, but this can't possibly just be one light, because there's one light here and then there's also another light there, and that's not one light. That's two lights. Clearly, it's two different lights. There's also an area up here which you have to darken. You can see the haze up here from that second light up there. You need to block off. And then obviously this light can't also be lighting that. So this is a two light setup. I can see here that it's a two light setup, not one. This light here, we're hoping for this light to create like a reverse Rembrandt, meaning it's too far around that way, and it's really making this eye look bulgy because of the way that you're lighting only one half and you're revealing so much of the shadow part of the eye. For me, this rear light would come around more and fully light this eye, and in fact partially light this part of the face, and this nose triangle would create a shadow and join here, and essentially it's like negative Rembrandt light. So I want to show you an example of what I mean. Oops. I just want to show you an example of what I mean by negative Rembrandt light, because I do have it here on my site, but I just have to scroll. Scrolly. Hello. Here it is. So this is what I'm trying to show you. So this, you can see, as I said, this entire side of her face is lit, and that light is going over to the other side of her face and pushing this bit of a highlight, and then that nose shadow is joining that, which is basically exactly what I described, right? So if we look here, you can see I want to see more light from this light, which means it needs to come around and it needs to have a grid. Like that's what's really going to do it, is having a grid so we don't get that haze that you're getting up there. But yeah, this is overall for me, this is a good swing, like a really good swing. Yeah, I just feel like just moving that light around just a little bit, William, but good exposure, good focus, good quality. I want you to notice that you're giving just a little bit too much headspace. Like, look at how much headspace is from where her eye is to the top of the frame. So you're really like, her head is fine to come way up here. And in fact, like the masthead can come across here. So she can move way up in the frame. That's something that I want you to lock in. Like in this case, she can be like this, like up here, and the masthead can go over, because you're now cropping like that outfit that cost $1,300 for that shirt. Like you're cropping that off. So just with you not moving at all, just raise your tripod so you proceed more down here and less of this nothing space, because you can see there's a lot of nothing space, right? There's a lot of nothing space, and you're clipping her shoulder and cutting quite tight, like in the décollage. So, yeah, just that's my only critique here is move her down in the frame. You can see what it looks like as an 8x10, William, and even as an 8x10, you could still move her up in the frame. You know what I mean? You're very low in the frame. Just lock that in for the next time that you shoot. And I'm gonna ask again for you to try this reverse Rembrandt. Like, try this. It looks super dope. But for me, like, when you don't and you just try to rim it, and you basically, here's your subject, and you just did like that to her, right? Like exactly that. You just did mirrored the light, so you have that in that highlight. But this highlight, yes, but this is directly proportioned to the angle of her face and how you want the light to fall on her face. I think that you were much more concerned with hiding this light than you were with lighting her face. I hope that helps you. It's a good swing, though, William. You have to keep shooting and keep trying and keep submitting. Mr. William Sedgwick. William, thank you for submitting. By the way, just so you guys know, this show is brought to you by the members of this channel. The reason that you have commercial-free streams, commercial-free live streams, is because I have members. Please watch this. Creating content for you on YouTube has been an incredible journey, and I cannot thank you enough for your support. If my videos are helping you with your photography business, I've got something super exciting to share: the Carty Method YouTube memberships. When you hit the join button, you unlock exclusive perks that take your experience with me to the next level. Here's what's in it for you. First, your support keeps all my live broadcasts completely ad-free. No distractions, just pure focus on growing your photography skills and business. Second, you get access to my members only community posts where I share behind the scenes updates. I give you sneak peeks of upcoming shoots and projects that I'm working on. Third, you're going to stand out in my chat with a crown badge next to your name that upgrades the longer that you're a member. It's a slick way to show your support and be recognized in the community. And let's talk about those custom emotes. These are photography related, exclusive to members, and perfect for making your comments in my live chat stand out. Joining unlocks exclusive live streams and live chats, which give you access to secret, unscheduled content. Just last month, I brought members into the studio to watch me light, shoot, and direct a subject. This kind of insider content is only for members. And here's the big one. Your questions get priority answers in my comments. It's like having a fast pass for personalized feedback. All of this is yours for just $4.99 a month. That's $5. Your support helps me create even better content, connect with you in new ways, and grow this incredible community. And by the way, whether you choose to join or not, I want you to know how much I appreciate you being here. Together, we're building a very strong, vibrant photography community. My number one goal is to help you turn your photography dreams into reality. So if you're ready to take it to the next level, hit that join button right now. I'm not really muted. I was just pretending. All right. I thought, hey, maybe I should come back and pretend I'm muted. Guys, understand this. I'm trying to find 1,000 true fans. Super simple. 1,000 true fans changes everything. 1,000. I have 187. of the 1,000 fans. Now I'm coming quick up on 40,000 subscribers. I'm at 39.7 of the 39.7 thousand people who I have subscribed to this channel. Less than 200 people are members. So we're trying to up that number. Because I have these 187 people, I give you commercial-free live streams. If I get that number up to 500, I'm going to be quickly able to not put commercials on my replays of my lives. Just leave commercials off my replays, and that's hours and hours and hours of valuable content. That doesn't, I mean, that's going to cost me thousands of dollars. But if I have 1,000 true fans, I'm hoping membership will offset that. I don't want to have commercials on my channel. I really don't, but I have to because I'm not a big enough creator yet to make it without. So, all right, let's get on to the next. Please consider becoming a member is my ask to you if you have the $5 a month. All right, this is Frank Tom. Frank says this is a do-over of last week's self-portrait assignment. Frank did a self-portrait last week that was a 10 out of 10. But sadly, 10 out of 10s aren't good enough. 10 out of 10s are not good enough. So I asked him to square up and change a couple of things about his frame. So Frank sent in that picture for review on Wednesday. I reviewed it on Thursday. I ripped it. And here's Tuesday. And Frank has already reshot that picture and resubmitted this photo. R5 50 millimeter lens. He shoots with the same body as I do. ISO 320, 200th of a second at 6.3. Shot with a Pro Photo B10 in a softbox. This is Mr. Frank Tom. Frank, thank you so much for submitting. Frank, like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Like, all the things that I asked for, you hit. I mean, for me, I want just a little bit of brightness. I feel like the tone is pulled down a little bit. The vignette is going a little bit too far. It's a little bit too far with the vignette. So the vignette, that says vignette. I'm a doctor. The vignette pull back by 10% or so. I don't want to see that, like, I'm okay with it coming in, but I want to see like a smoother transition. Your body squared up is good. The camera's good. Light, sandbag, gear bag, orange on the bottom of the shoes. Good outfit, good energy. Yeah, for me, the only issue is like you can really take this even further with the processing. I'm going to ask for exposure. Give me 15% more pop. I'm going to ask you to pull back the vignette 15%. Yeah, shadow details really good. Car's really clean. I mean, you're on an offset driveway. You can see just by the way that the car's stance is. But you manage to, like, it looks like the driveway slopes down this way, but you've managed to square the car up. I don't know how you did that, but you can see, like, the way the car is standing here versus down here. It's like the car is somehow, like, leveling itself. It's dope, Frank. This is a very, very good re-swing after your last one. Still space here versus space here. Just watch how tight you're hugging the body of the car here and the tires. I'm sure you shot extra frames, but the hard thing is that once you're locked in, the camera's not moving. It's just your body position. So again, just a touch more body on that side. But again, you gave me real good room up here. You gave me real good room here. Let's see if this crops down to an 8x10. Well, let me just move this up here. Yeah. Crops to an 8x10, keeping your feet in the whole car in. Frank, this is a really good swing, my guy. Like, Do you shoot it again? Well, you could. Do you need to? I don't think so. But I do want you in future to just watch your body lines. Like, that's the only thing I'm seeing on camera, right? Sandbag, pull that sandbag maybe down a little bit here so it's a little bit more balanced. We lose the snoot, and you can see how the snoot is leaning because it's on this slanted driveway. Obviously, it's a pro photo light. You don't want to put it down like on its side. So yeah, Frank, this is a yes for me. This is a yes. Like, I'm really just trying to like nitpick it into being like, but still, my guy, this is definitely something that you can show. And just to show you Frank Thom and his collection and the work that he's showing right now, this is Frank Thom. Frank Thom is in my system. Frank went through my system on his own, doing phase 0, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, phase 5, and phase 6 on his own. Frank is now in ProLab, so he gets support from me and my team weekly. He's also obviously in Portfolio Lab. And you can see the level of work that Frank's doing. Like, he's really getting it. He's really starting to get it. And he's highly coachable. Frank, the site is looking great. That's the next thing for me is Frank is highly coachable. And you can look, he has one of his personal projects or two of his personal projects up here. It's just, he makes likable, approachable, friendly, like easy pictures that are really technically proficient. Frank, this is really great. And just to show you the about page, this is his current about picture. And imagine this would be another one that he could swap in to here. So some of the issues with this picture are the way that this cropped down to 8x10. I'm not sure if you cropped this tighter or not, Frank, but well done. Frank Thom, everybody. Frank Thom. Well done, Frank. It's Kyle Kiano. So Kyle seems like he had a hard week. Kyle said, shortly after making the self-portrait for last week's pro assignment, I lost my camera. The upload didn't land, but I'm still here embracing my child's hand with the side of me I wish the world could see. Not the broken gear, not the missed deadline, just the quiet strength of a father still reaching. Sony A7 IV 50mm ISO 100 f16 at 100th of a second. This is Kyle Kiano. Kyle, thanks for submitting, my guy. Kyle, this is strong. There's something definitely here. I think you might be going a little bit too much with the highlight slider. Like the highlights, obviously 0, and then you go that way towards 100, and then usually to recover highlights, you go that way towards negative 100. On the highlight slider, I feel like because you're getting direct sun here, I'm not sure if that's what you're doing, but it feels like this is a little under. It's under, I'm going to call this by about a third. It needs a little bit more snap as far as skin tone. And I mean, I'm a non-Caucasian guy and you're a Caucasian guy, and our skin tonally is matching, so I feel like you need to bring your exposure up a bit. The hand shadow in your hand, let's show you what this looks like as a cover. The punch of color in the background is strong, and let me show you what this looks like as an 8x10. You have to be prepared when this goes to an 8x10 that you're gonna lose part of the top of your head. Still okay. You still don't lose any of the like concept of your photo, but it's close. This is a close swing, Kyle. Again, it's a self-portrait. I asked for self-portraits last week, looking for more of like a professional business style of portrait, not so much like an emotional, what feels more like a social picture or like a picture for a post. It's close, Kyle, but I'm not sure how this fits in your about page. I mean, it's tricky, but you might be able to make it work. Yeah, send me a message. Tell me a little story about what happened to you and your camera over the last week. Thanks for submitting, and thanks for staying the course, Mr. Kyle Kiono. Keep the faith, my guy. There's a plan for all of us, I promise you. This is Andy Phillips. Andy says Canon T5i 50mm, ISO 100, 80th of a second, 6.3, shot natural light in a back alley. This is Andy Phillips. Andy, this is a yes for me, bro. This is a yes, and like, I needed this from you. For me, I want eye contact, though. I'm not sure where you're looking. Not sure where those eyes are going. I need you just looking dead at camera. Dead at camera, because that connects me with you. I'm connected because I'm attracted to your tone-on-tone outfit, your understatedness, and the really textured background. But project to camera. The looking off, and it's like, oh, there's a sun. It's like, A, if you're not going to show me that sunset, then I'm not connecting with you. I'm now looking to where you're looking, which takes me out of the photo. And when you're in a magazine, you're competing with the other pages in the magazine. If you're looking at those other pages too, of course, your viewer is going to look where they are. By the way, secret time, your viewer always looks where your eyes are going. So if your eyes are going this way, the next natural thing for us to do is look over here. So we're going to look off shot. So Andy, this is a 10 out of 10. I want to make this an 11, and the only thing that is taking this away from being an 11 is eye contact. It's still an 11, but I want you to think of this as the cover of a magazine. Eye contact, how powerful that would be. I want you to think about this as stopping the scroll when someone's looking through Instagram. Eye contact, because you're not looking at the photographer. You're looking at the person who's looking at you when they're viewing this capture. So eye contact is so important. Use looking not at camera sparingly, and it's a lot more helpful if there's some sort of context or, yeah. So close, Andy. I'm giving you an 11 anyways. Well done, Andy. Very, very, very well done. Exposure-wise, I think the exposure, I know you're a little red in the face. But you could come up like 10%. You could come up like 10% without losing any black. And again, I know 10%. You're like, really, Carty? 10%? It's like, yeah, bro, 10%. Bump this 10% and then look at this picture. And then compare it to this one. You tell me which one's better. Shit, yeah, the one that's 10% looks so much better. It's like, yeah, and it's that much of a bump. That much. It's got to learn. Like, we're tuning. You're tuning a car. And it's like this one little quarter turn of the screwdriver is going to give me 200 more horsepower. Well, yes, you turn that screw, right? All right, well done. This is Andy Phillips. Andy, well done, my guy. Thanks for submitting. Andy, swinging for the fences. This is Durrell Scott. Durrell says shooting with Lita. Lita preferred we shoot her from the right side due to a nose defect. I don't think it was so noticeable, but the client is always right, right? No, that's not the case at all. Your client doesn't have a fucking clue, usually. No offense, but Lita doesn't see what you see. Lita can't see how the world sees her. She only sees how she sees herself, which is usually from a place of ego or insecurity. One or the other. How we see ourselves. How the world sees us is completely different. So what a photographer does is we document how the world sees you. And your subject doesn't get to say, yeah, but yeah, they're paying, but the level of photographer I'm trying to take you to, Darrell, you're not asking your subject like, oh, what do you want me to do? You do that? Okay, click. Is that okay? Oh yeah, I like that. Okay, good. It's like, bro, it's like, that's why people work for people, because they're looking for trying to help you work for businesses. If Lita is a business owner, then anyways, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to just look at the shot. Shout out to R6 M2, 24 to 70 at 50, 1/60th of a second, 3.2 at ISO 100. This is Mr. Darrell Scott. Darrell. So her whole mindset with her head angle, it's like, it's inconsequential when it comes to like what she's seeing this flaw in her nose. What's more important is her head angle, which is too high. Like, so she's too high with her head angle, you're too low with your camera angle, and you're now seeing under her neck because her head isn't. Now, whether her head wants to be like this and down or straight on and down or that way, like, irregardless, it still has to be down. Her head angle is up, and her head angle being up reveals what's going on under her neck, which we're not supposed to see that. And we wouldn't see that if your camera angle or her head angle was set at the right level. Exposure wise, the exposure is under. The exposure on this skin is under. I'm going to call this by half, a third to a half a stop. Okay. And also there's no like you're lighting her. If this is her, let me just draw a diagram. If this is her and this is the black background, I can see where your light is. So your light is right here, but there's nothing back here to catch her black hair on the black background. And plus it's underexposed, which means her hair falls and just disappears. You need a reflector back here that's literally mirroring the light that you're doing here, that kicks back and causes like a little bit of polish. And also you're taking a light meter reading under here and you're translating that to the camera. This exposure is under. This exposure is under by like a half a stop. And that's like a lot. And I'm needing you to nail this, especially if you're getting paid to do this work. If we look at this as a cover, and if we look at the whole frame, you're also dropping her head dead center in a frame that, like, look at where her head is dropping. Her eyeline is dropping right through the center of a frame that goes way up here. So, and you're cutting her across her chesticles. So it's like, move her up. Move her up. Like, even as an 8x10, you have to, like, even as an 8x10, you're just on the border. But you can still see there as an 8x10, you still have too much headspace. So lock in where a subject's head needs to be in the frame. Because you can see here where my head is in the frame, I'm up in the top of the frame. But what if I was down here? Like with all of this headspace. It's weird, right? So this, but not then this and her dead center. This and then off, like push her head up in the frame. It's the second time I've said that today, which means this is an ism. This is something that you might also be doing. You may also be dropping your subject's eye line too low. in the frame. I'm not saying push it right up to the top, but I'm saying like the top of her head should be sitting like right here. Like that's where it should be sitting, like right there, based on your lens selection and how far away you are from her. It's a very good swing, but again, refix the exposure before you deliver this girl to finals. And if these are the finals that you've given her, tell them that they're too dark and give her reprocessed finals that are brighter, please. This is Durrell Scott. It's really important when it starts to come to you're actually making money and you're selling your services to people. Like, be the top 1%, not the bottom. Like, don't just let the customer tell you how it is. Like, she's going to tell you how it is. It's bro, she just knows what she likes. Cool, but you're the photographer, so she's trusting you to take care of all the other stuff. And for me, cool, I would have shot her like that. But then, okay, cool, bitch. Now you have that shot that you're like, okay, I'm comfortable because I'm at that angle. Now can I just photograph you and then photograph her how I want to shoot her and then put a shot that she thinks she wanted to do versus how I directed her? And she's gonna be like, oh my God, I like yours better. And it's like, yeah, because I'm not letting your quirks and your isms trump my knowing faces and knowing how to photograph. That little flaw on her nose that she was turning her face this way, you could have just lit her in such a way with her face straight on that that side of her nose was just a touch in shadow. So it's less obvious. So many different ways to have done it. Okay. There's a method to my madness, Durrell Scott, and everyone at home watching. I hope you'll see it. Durrell Scott, thanks for submitting. Again, please fix the exposure on this photo. All right. Next up, Samuel Salling. This is an interior detail with two exposures. This is shot with the Sony A7 IV 16-35 at 30, ISO 100, f11, 1/6 of a second, and then two exposures at basically, two different exposures at different readings. It's hard to understand with his European writing. We do decimals, Europeans do comma. So it's 0.6, they do 0.6. So that is like, anyways. All right, so Samuel Salling, let's see your interior. Thanks for submitting. Samuel, this hits. It's got really good discipline. The thing that I worry about is your wood trim border. Like, we're gonna lose that when we go to print. We're not gonna lose all of it, but the reason that I make the border of this overlay frame the way that I make it and how thick I make it, it's the exact amount that you lose when it goes to print. So I'm going to overlay this again and show you what you lose. So you do lose like 1/8 of an inch all the way around, which ends up being 1/4 of an inch. But this is really good placement, really, really good discipline with the center of your frame. Like, look at how that lines up. Like, you're really revealing all kinds of architectural details. Like, really, I can't say anything except for incredibly strong discipline here, Samuel. This is a yes for me. This is an 11. Really strong quality of light. I love the reflection that you have happening in here in the leading lines, which gives an element of depth in a relatively flat picture. There's good room styling. It's incredibly minimalist, which is very Scandinavian. This is a yes, 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 yes. You should be super thrilled with this photo, Mr. Samuel Salling. You're racing to catch up with interiors with the amount of exteriors that you've shot lately. I know you have a lot of work to continue to do, but you're on your way, mister. You're on your way. Let's put on the Tom Fords. All right. Who's next on the docket? And again, my show producer, remote. I have two people helping me produce this show remotely. That was Samuel Salling. Next up is Matt's Carlson. Matt's Carlson. Matt says, new face, new model. This model signed for an agency. She reached out on Facebook. Shot this week. R6 EF 50mm 1.2 ISO 640 f4 200 of a second shot natural light. This is Mr. Mats Carlson. Mats, thanks for submitting. Mats, this has a vibe. This has a vibe. She's pulling her chin back just a touch. She's pulling her chin back and down. So again, remember, project out like you're putting your chin on a table. She is pulling in just a bit, as you can see in here, right? You see, she's got her arms crossed. Her head is pulled in, and then she has a tilt with her head. So just extend out. That's kind of extend out and drop her chin down. That's what we're kind of working on. Her hair all blown on one side. That's another, her hair looks messy. So we have to take part of this hair and bring it around this side so it comes down here. And then what's happening is she's got hair on both sides of her face, and it actually frames her because one side of her face is blowing and it's blowing under that way, and then the other side's blowing on that side. So having hair come down here and alongside her face that way frames her face and adds to it. So have her in the back, split her hair, and then bring it on both sides, and then let the wind do what it does. Because it's blown around that way, it just looks so flat up there, and it's not flattering. That in combination with her pulling her head down and down, these are things that you really have to watch when you're shooting models, no matter what age they are. Her pose is cool. Her outfit is cool. The low horizon line is cool. For me, it's just about her hair on both sides. And again, yes, it would be blowing that way. And her not pulling her chin in, but her projecting her chin out. Small things, Mats, but submit some other edits. I'm happy that you shot another model. The location choice, yes. The tone on tone, yes. The feet kind of turned in, and the awkwardness and the finger, there's so many elements of this photo that work, but the face is the thing and the hair is the thing that has to work the best. Get into the habit of pulling hair on both sides, and please shy away from allowing women to put all their hair on one side. Okay, it's comfy for them, but photography wise, it's off balance, and usually this side of the face is what hurts. This side of the face where the hair is looks brilliant. This side, so split the hair in the back, pull the hair around, and then let the hair on that side do what it does. Cool. I hope that helps you guys. Mats Carlson, thanks for submitting, Mats. Keep pushing, keep pushing. Keep pushing. You're doing it, Mats. You're doing it. Keep pushing. And you see, there is a world of models out there. And again, go to an agency, get younger models. Shoot some men, there's a plethora of people that you can find who need your photography. It's called applied photography. So you're not just practicing for the sake, and the pictures mean nothing afterwards. You're practicing, and these pictures go out and actually work for you. All right, that's Mats Carlson. All right, let me show you this man. His name is Nick Johnson. Nick says, one strobe, beauty dish, and foam core. Model skin was near perfect. This is literally straight at a camera. R5 Mark II, 135, 1.8. I love my 135. I'm so glad that more of the shooters that are watching are starting to rock 135 as a focal length. Shot ISO 100, 1/60th of a second at f8. This is Nick Johnson. Nick! This hits very hard, Nick. Like, come on, bro. I have such high expectations of you, Nick. But this new body of work that you got going in, this is next level. This girl's got a killer face. You shot her so well. Look at her skin. Like, again, just FYI, you can make this level of work. And also, Nick, I've helped Nick go from like a 9-to-5 job that he hated and to being a full-time photographer and making the same amount of money that he was making as a full-timer. And he had a good job and was making bank. He's matched it. And he's doing that by producing super scroll stopping photography. Nick. And again, you guys use Nick as inspiration, but also what Nick is doing here is very simple, technically perfect execution. This is very simple, but it's done so well, and it's done with the right subject. You see how much your work looks so much better when you're shooting the right subject? You see how much better your work looks when you go to a modeling agency and get faces to shoot instead of shooting your friends? You see how much different it is when you just walk in and say, hey, I'm a photographer. I would like to start testing your girls. Shoot them for free. I'm trying to build my portfolio. Like, this is Nick in Eugene, Oregon, making work like this. He's making New York level work. New York level work. This is Nick Johnson, and a guy, somebody who I've been coaching for a year and a half, and now Nick is one of my coaches. Nick, meaning Nick helps me with the Carte method. And when you go to thecartemethod.com, you now have the option when you go to my coaching session, my coaching section, you have the option of working with me or one of my team. So work with me, work with Garan, or work with Nick. So that's how far Nick has graduated within a year and a half, where he gets what I'm putting down so well that not only is he's turned it into a full-time, like bordering on 6-figure job in his first year, he also can explain to other people like my system and what to do. Like, he just gets it. So that's Nick Johnson, and this is Nick Johnson. And Nick, holy shit, bro. Holy shit. Holy moly. I've been so excited because you've been talking about this new work. I've been so excited about seeing it, and bing, bang, boom. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. So killer. It's Nick Johnson. You also see, and by the way, that was the last show. That was the last shot of the day. So you see like how far I'm trying to take photographers. I need to find my photos of the week, but I have some cool things that I on deck that can help you. Watch this while I do that. Ready to take your photography business to the next level? I've created 3 powerful tools designed to make an immediate impact on your workflow, your client outreach, and your daily habits. These resources will help you work smarter, grow faster, and feel more confident in building your career. You'll find links to all 3 under tools at thecartemethod.com. If you're struggling to find clients, my cold outreach master pack has everything that you need to land new business. It includes 18 proven email templates and a step-by-step guide for writing emails that get opened and generate real responses. If you're ready to take your client hunting strategy up a notch, this pack gives you clear, effective blueprints to start getting results. Consistency builds success. My professional photographer habit tracker is your daily accountability tracker. It helps you build the habits that matter most to running a successful photography business. Track your progress, set meaningful goals, and stay focused on what moves the needle. If you're serious about making steady progress, this tracker is a game changer. Shoots can get chaotic. Stay organized. My Ultimate Photographer's Call Sheet is your one-stop solution for planning and managing every detail of your shoots, from client communication and location info to equipment checklists and timelines. This tool helps you stay on top of it all. With my call sheet, you'll run your shoots like a seasoned pro, no matter how big or small the project. This is the call sheet that clients will remember forever. These tools are built for photographers who are serious about their craft and ready to streamline their businesses, connect with clients, and build professional habits that last. You can find them all under tools at thecartymethod.com. Let's start transforming your business today. So this is a hard one for me. I have a bunch of really good swings, but this is how I'm going to do it. How I'm going to give photos of the week this week is I'm judging you against you. I'm always judging you against you. So I'm going to do photos of the week in a way that for me are, number one, the best photos of the day, and number two, the ones with the least amount of mistakes. How's that? So, photos of the week. Starting with this photographer. Photo of the week to Mr. Mike Steinmetz. Mike, that is a photo of the week. Congratulations. Photo of the week. Thank you for submitting, Mike Steinmetz. Again, photos with the least amount of mistakes that hit the hardest. Photo of the week going to Mr. William Sedgwick. Photo of the week. Well done. Thank you for submitting. Well done, William. Photo of the week to William Sedgwick. Photo of the week to Mr. Frank Tom. Frank, thanks for submitting, my guy. Let's get it on. Frank with the reshoot. Well done. Well done. Well done, Frank Tom. Thanks for submitting. Somebody help J. Curtis Media in chat. One of my crew, please. Sean Thomas. And next. Next. On the fence. On the fence. But judging you against you. Photo of the week going to Mr. Andy Phillips. Andy, congratulations. Well done. I'm hoping that you have a frame that you looked at camera. Very well done. Andy Phillips with that photo of the week. And this shooter, again, very difficult, but also I'm judging the shooter against you, and you are elevating, you are raising your profile. I'm just trying to constantly tune you when you're shooting and you're in mode. Yes, you're trying to please the client, but you can't be a yes man. And you're bordering on being a yes man by just giving her what she wants without giving you giving her what she needs. And you need to know the difference. What she wants, you give her, sure. But then you also have to give her what she needs, which is what you want to shoot that elevates her. Light as well, but still, this is a very good swing and worthy a photo of the week for Darrell Scott. Darrell Scott, photo of the week. Still with me? Still with me? Yes? You enjoying yourself? You guys became members yet? You two? Hit the join button. Paid your $5 for my commercial-free content. All right. Photo of the week going to Mr. Samuel Salling. Samuel, well done. Well done. Make sure you stay tuned because I'm about to give you your assignments, and you have 2 weeks to do your pro level assignments now. So do stay tuned for a review of what our assignment is next week, and also to find out what the assignment is for the week after. All right. Photo of the week going to this guy for breaking out of his own mold, Mr. Mats Carlson. Mats, well done. Well done. Just too good a photo on the S's for me to take away for your couple of shortcomings with this image, but a very great shot. Mats Carlson. All right. And our last and final photo, which is also photo of the week, but also best in show. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Nick Johnson. Nick, photo of the week. Nick, best in show. Congratulations, Nick. This is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Very proud of you. You've come a long way, my guy. You've come a long way since you started with me. And the amount of work and the work that you had then, I have to say, you've been relentless in the content creation, in the value creation, in creating work that people care about, the jobs that you're doing now. Like, the way that I describe it with you, Nick, is like you see the Matrix. And it takes a long time for me to help someone else see the Matrix that is this photography business. You get it. And that's why you're one of my coaches. Very proud of you. Congratulations. Do we have any other photos of the week / best in shows? I have one other best in show, and that goes to this guy right here, Mr. Samuel Salling. Samuel, congratulations, my guy. That's a best in show for me. Very insane discipline on your framing. Like, your discipline, I just, it goes like, it's beyond measure. Congratulations. All right. Guys, those are your photos of the week. Okay. So, and your best in shows. So, you want to know next week, I'm looking at, and again, we are now pushing from, I'm going to still be reviewing photos every Tuesday, Thursday. Only this one break that I'm taking on Thursday on my birthday means that we can now go to like a 2-week cycle where I gave you your Converse assignment last week. I'm looking at it next week. Do you see what I'm saying? So there's now 2 weeks. I'm giving you another hint on week 30. We're in week 28 or 27 right now. I think we're in week 27. So, no, let me look at my calendar. We are in week 29? Not even possible. It is. We're in week 29. So I'm giving you assignments like for a couple of weeks ahead. If you're inside Portfolio Lab, all the details are there. All the dates are there so you won't get lost as much as I am. And I'll lock this in a little bit better as we get used to it. So for week 30, the title of week 30 is Strategic Imperfection. Strategic Imperfection. And what I want you to do, this is an assignment. I want you to create an image that highlights how perfection is an illusion. And I want you to do it through strategic, intentional imperfection. Now, use authenticity, oddity, humor, or deliberate flaws to make viewers pause and connect with the human experience. Stop the scroll with your idea, not just technical perfection. If you're a people shooter, I want you to capture subjects with intentional, relatable imperfections. A perfectly dressed professional with like a coffee stain on their shirt or some sort of subtle flaw, someone making an obvious mistake while performing a task, or a person who's expected to look flawless, but they're showing their authentic human side. If you're a places shooter, shoot a pristine environment with one deliberate imperfection. A single broken element in perfect architecture, one misaligned detail in an immaculate space, or beautiful scenery disrupted by one perfectly placed flaw. And if you shoot things, create compositions where one intentional imperfection tells a story. Identical objects with one flawed, luxury products with artistic irregularities, or perfect arrangements disrupted by one chaotic element. This is a vertical single page image. This is why this matters. Strategic imperfection is a powerful storytelling technique that creates instant relatability and emotional connection. This approach cuts through the noise of overly polished imagery by celebrating authenticity and human experience. Here's a pro tip. The imperfection must feel intentional, not accidental. Plan your flaw. Plan your flaw carefully. It should be obvious enough to create impact, but subtle enough to feel authentic and relatable. Okay? This is a vertical cover image. And also, special thing we're going to do next Tuesday. Portfolio Lab submissions on Tuesday is a website review episode. So next Tuesday, I'm not looking at your photos. Tuesday, I'm looking at your websites. So get your website ready. I'm going to be doing a rapid fire website reviews. I can only review up to 30. So make sure Tuesday's submission, you're going to see it's web links. That's what we're asking for. So that's Tuesday's show. Next week, next Thursday's show, I'm looking at your Converse images. The week after, I will be looking at your strategic imperfections. But Tuesday, week from today, website images. We're looking at that. And of course, Thursday, we are doing a little bit of a party episode. I might be here. I might be somewhere else. I don't know where I'm going to be. But what we're going to do is a live stream. I'm going to do a little bit of a membership drive. You're going to ask me anything. I don't know when I'm going to go live. I don't know how long I'm going to stay live. But the whole idea is to see how many members or how many people sign up and become a member. We're going to try to do a birthday members drive. And also I'm going to be showing you guys some stuff, previewing some stuff. I have a video that's not released that I might preview to you. I have shoots that I haven't shared that I might show to you. There's all kinds of stuff that happens. And again, I'm not going to make this stream members only. I'm going to make anyone's going to be able to watch this stream on Thursday. But we're definitely trying to drive some more people from being gray in my chat to being green with a crown next to your name. And if you just scroll my chat, look at how many green people you see. Guys, I appreciate you for being here. I hope it's brought you value. This is my birthday week. I'm trying to have a little bit of a vacation, although I do still have work to do. We have an accelerator program going on right now that completely sold out like relatively quickly. So if you're trying to get into one of my programs, specifically my accelerator program, make sure to go to thecartymethod.com/accelerator and put yourself on the wait list. The wait list is usually how it fills up right away. And I usually take into the new accelerator, I take like between 10 and 15 new people on. So it's like that is my target. I'm looking for killers. So a lot of people get rejected. So get on the wait list so maybe you'll get accepted. Guys, I hope this brought you value. Nice, short, tight episode. 11 pictures. We'll see you guys on Thursday for this special stream. Thanks everybody for being here.
This commercial-free live stream was brought to you by the members of this channel. If it wasn't for you, we'd have to fill up these live streams with ads that would just interrupt the flow. The members of this channel make commercial-free content during these live streams possible. Consider becoming a member for $5 a month today to gain access to secret live streams, live chats, and to show your support with that crown badge next to your name. Sharing is caring. If this content has brought you value today, share it, clip it, post it to your socials. Curating and sharing helpful content makes you an expert, even if the content you're sharing isn't yours. Be a curator and share this content with your network. If you're an emerging or struggling photographer that's trying to break free from your current 9-to-5 grind and transition to the life of a working pro photographer, that's our obsession here at the Carty Method. Register, get the support you need. If you're alone and struggling at this craft, make sure you join the Carty Method community. You'll always find help in the show notes. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Find your creative and business genius with the Carty Method.